How's it going, players? This is Sabro54. Today, we're going to be looking at a Darkness deck in the standard format. As much as I would like it to be a Darkrai vstar, I don't have a single copy of those guys, so it's not going to be Darkrai. But possibly the next best Darkness Pokemon, next best strongest, could be this Gengar VMAX right here. With Gmax Swallow Up, doing 250 damage for 3 Darkness Energies. It's pretty tough. We're going to put a choice built on it. You do 280 and you get one hit knockouts basically on V-Stars. Now, most of the time as a single strike VMAX Pokemon, this guy is commonly used with Houndoom. But to be honest, now that we have Dark Patch in the standard format, you don't necessarily have to use Houndoom. Just maxing out the Dark Patches and using a little bit of an energy switch support maybe with Galarian Moltres and a few of the other typical Darkness partners you can think of. And he's going to be ready to go and still be able to be fast and do a lot of damage. So this is what this deck is going to be about. Just a typical, well, not typical, but a Darkness deck with Darkness support, Dark Patch, and we'll get the job done. So I do 2 and 1 Gengar VMAX. The line possibly could have been bigger and maybe the deck would have been a little bit different, but I only have 1 Gengar VMAX. It should get the job. We have other attackers too, so it's a 2 and 1. Gengar V is actually pretty solid as well, with doing 190. If you manage to have the choice belt on it once again and a single strike energy, even just one, it's gonna do the job. You do like 50 more, or actually, yeah, 50 more damage. So Pain Explosion goes up to 240. So that's good to get one hit KO still on some regular Vs and other Pokemon. So it's pretty nice. It's not a bad attacker. Even as a first form, it can put in some damage. Of course, we're going to have double Galarian Moltres V. Now, I actually learned this the hard way. I can't believe it took me so long to learn this, but you can only get, or I think maybe I knew the effect and then forgot. So even if you have multiple of these down on the field, you can only get the Dire Flame Wings effect once per turn. So this is possibly good. It makes it more balanced, but it makes it slower too. The Darkness Energy Acceleration, not being able to use multiple of these per turn. So I guess maybe that's why Darkrai V-Star hasn't picked up. But yeah, we're still running 2 of these. I got the, like, I guess the alternate art, the nice looking one here, and then the regular one. Also a very solid attacker too, with Aura Burn 190, and it gives us a little bit of variety of weakness. Moltres is weak to grass, this guy is weak to fighting, so it works out. And then I do the small Galarian Moltres. Great tech attacker, revenge attacker, mid to late game, plus it's a regular Pokemon too, so gives us allows us to mix things up once again with the prizes. And Malevolent Charge is of course excellent too. It's Darkness Energy Acceleration. We want as much of that as we can get. So that's the dude as well. And then I guess a new face, Hoopa. Maybe I would run more of this guy too if I had him, so that he would be a good opener. So Hand of Djinn, shout out to the UQXYZs. You search your deck for a Darkness Energy card and attach it to one of your Pokemon. Now he doesn't get any of the broken, I guess, second turn, first turn benefits of Volcanion, Cresselia, and yeah, those guys. But being able to just grab one is still good. It just gives his presence, and then he's if he dies, he goes with his Darkness Energy in the discard pile. I can make use of Moltres. So he's a good little opener, plus another generic regular Pokemon. Tyrannical Hole is not too great, 100 for 3, but it's there too. But it's here as an opener, giving me that energy acceleration as I'm setting up, having this as opposed to a big guy taking damage. And then the rest of the Pokemon are support. Crobat V, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Turbo, draw cards, should serve us well in a fast, or at least hopefully a fast running deck. This is how I want this to be. So Crobat V is going to be good. I got Radiant Greninja too. This card makes sense in this deck. Discard energies, draw cards is what we want to do. So why not? Basic Pokemon, I mean, it's pretty much a staple. I guess if you don't run this, you can run something different. I guess if you're worried about Path to the Peak, but I've got like a Crobat V anyway, so we wouldn't be using that stadium. If our opponent uses them, it is what it is. It's too good to pass up. So using it. Jirachi, nice opening Pokemon, gonna give me a little bit of draw, guaranteed. I thought of using like Mew from Celebrations, but this is always a draw one guaranteed. I mean, I guess I am running a lot of items, so Mew can't put in the work, but using Jirachi, I guess, for now. Manaphy, bench protection, enough said. And the Tapu Koko as a nice little free retreat Pokemon. Maybe we can use a lure, but you don't really want to do that. You want to use your attachment on the bench if this guy's active as a decoy. But he has free retreat, so I can promote him, use Dark Patch, those kind of plays. It's good because we don't have Dark Cloak, Darkrai X, or anything similar. So just to put this guy in and have another basic Pokemon, I want to have at least 10, 11. I think it should be 11 in my case here. 10, you would still mulligan probably, so I want to have at least 11. I think they're 11. 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 11. I made sure it's 11. Anyway, these are the Pokemon. Pretty thin line, so we have a lot of space for trainer cards. So energy gathering, very important. Double energy search, not as good as letter, but it's what I got. Always the combo using this and then using something like Quick Ball. Discard the Darkness Energy, search a Pokemon, and then you're still setting up your discard pile with energies. Yu-Gi-Oh style shit, but that's the game right now. And then Dark Patch, yeah, you set them up for Dark Patch, get Darkness Energies, and Moltres too. And then Ultra Ball, do 2 of these, discard Outlet, and a method to get Gengar VMAX too, and not use something like Incense because I only have one target, no other evolution Pokemon. So Ultra Ball can get me a basic too, can get me Crobat. I have enough Darkness Energies because we have space 13, so I'll be dumping them. I won't like be needing to discard valuable stuff most of the time, hopefully. So 2 Ultra Balls should be good enough. We can't use stuff like Level Ball in this deck too, because all of the Pokemon we want to get are big. So that's the point of Ultra Ball. 2 of this and 4 quick. It's 6 ball targets, so it should be good enough. It also increases my chances to almost always be able to get that Crobat V play turn 1. So gotta run them. Then we do double energy switch tech card, but it makes sense in this deck since I can grab energies with Moltres and even Galarian Moltres. Maybe we'll retreat. Not going to use any more Pokemon that are hurt, and then I can just move them differently. 2 is just right. We don't got to over-rely on it, and even if you only get to use 1 and discard 1, it should be okay. It just depends on if you get your dark patches, get those to work, get energies with Moltres. It all depends on all of these factors. Some other typical techs, I guess, consistency. You got 1 Poke Gear, help us get supporters. Ordinary Rod, get a little bit of recovery, especially in the case of Gengar. Maybe we will want to reuse it, the VMAX. 1 Tool Scrapper, why not? I got the space, get rid of annoying tools. The 1 Switch too can always be handy. And then for tools, I do the double Choice Belt. Definitely want to do 2 in this deck. We have the space. We want to utilize this, boost our damage. The aim of this deck is to get 1 hit KOs on V-Stars if we can help it. Get the energies on Gengar VMAX. Put the Choice Belt on it. 280. It's going to get the job. Single Strike Energy is also going to help, but we can't really utilize it as well as if I would use Houndoom in this deck. I do have Houndooms, but this is not a Single Strike deck. And I don't want to put self-damage on the Gengar. I mean, giving away 3 prizes these days is as dangerous as it is. 320. It's not the shit it used to be. I mean, it's good, but V-Stars, they're just going to have like 40 HP less than something like Gengar in the case of Charizard, Arceus. So 40 HP less, an entire less prize they're going to commit. So it's a night and day difference. But This card is strong still for the attack. That's why we're using it. And I didn't mention this too, but Fear and Panic is also a very, very strong attack. If they get like 3 or 4 V's out, I mean, it's pretty much a wrap. This guy's KOing anything. So he's a powerhouse of an attacker. So this is why it's still worth it to use a Pokemon like this, even with the 320 HP and giving away 3 prizes. It's the same with Kyurem VMAX. I think the card is seen play, or maybe is seen play, because I can't trade for it. Everybody wants a lot of cards to trade for. It's because you know that you can get one-hit knockouts with it, and that's important. It makes a difference. But anyway, double choice build to boost our damage, and then 1 air balloon for a little bit of extra retreat help. Gengar has 3 retreat, so you're still going to have to discard, but sometimes we will want to do that. Just get this dude out of the way if we don't put the choice build on him. So got to have a little bit of extra switch. Instead of just doing double switch, doing 1 air balloon, 1 switch, like I used to do back in the day, 1 switch, 1 float stone. So I did things. And I think that's it. I mean, I covered all of the items. Stadium of choice is going to be Dynatree Heal. I don't have any stadium I really want to exploit in this deck. Maybe, just maybe, if we didn't do Greninja, you could do Path to the Peak. But actually, no. What am I talking about? We want to be using Moltres. So scratch the Path to the Peak. Maybe you could do some sort of different generic stadium. I don't want to help out my opponent, though. This is only going to hinder potentially my opponent because we don't really heal in this deck. We don't have any way to heal. So I like it. Just 2 as a counter stadium. And the supporter cards, some usual stuff. Marnie, max it out because that's all we got, really. We don't have any Cynthias or Ents. Oak, this is the type of deck where I'm confident running 3 because we want to discard energies. We don't mind discarding some other stuff too. So it's fine. My usual 1 Skyla, 1 Schoolgirl, nice early supporter to draw straight 4. Got the 1 Copycat, good tech supporter too, potentially can draw 6 or more cards. That's good when we can do that. And then Cynthia's Ambition. I don't like this card too much, to be honest. But possibly the Bruno is worse too. At least this is draw until you have, and then if you get the main benefit is draw 8. Sometimes Bruno is better, sometimes this is better, but at the end of the day, if I had other cards like Horus, I wouldn't be running these cards in standard. But it's all we got. Like, I could take this out, and what am I going to put in? I don't want to put more Oaks. I don't want to put more Copycats, Skyla. So I guess we're still using her as a tech. One of, if something dies, she could be okay, I suppose. But a lot of the times, if you're going to have her, it's just going to be your only supporter. Your opponent hasn't taken a KO. She sucks. So, yeah, it's a bit unfortunate. I would take like the Professor Oak's New Theory Cynthia any day of the week. I mean, if I had that, I'd be running like a freaking playset. Anyway, these are the supporter cards, and then boss's orders to win games. Yeah, enough said. And this is basically the deck. Energies are going to be 11 darkness energies and 2 of the single strike energies. Obviously, we can't really do shit. I think, yeah, you can't even use energy switch on them. But they're going to give me that plus 20. You know, like the strong energies of back in the day. It's just strong. You can only put them on Gengar, but it's fine. That's why I'm only running 2. And then 11 darkness energies. Discard them, get them back, all that good stuff. Love the silhouette energies here. Fucking, anyway, gonna go away with live. And that's basically the deck. I don't think there's anything else. It's a pretty standard. Well, it's not standard, but the plays you're gonna make are kind of standard. You know, just get your dudes out, dark patch them, and then attack for big damage. If you set up consistently, and depending on what your opponent is using, if they're using V-Stars, then you should have a good time if you can get the choice build combo. Gonna get those big knockouts. So that's the deck. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna show you guys matches, of course, as always. And I'll see you there. Subscribe, leave a like, share this video with your friends. Saber Final 4, Wazay!